At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is also brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 775-751-0349. News 46 is also brought to you by Team Ford Lincoln, the #1 new volume Ford sales leader in Nevada for 5 years running. Team Ford Lincoln, US 95 and Ann Road. TeamFord.com. You're watching KPVM News 46. Week in Review with Deanna O'Donnell. And Jason Koblenz.
Welcome to News 46's Weekend Review, your #1 source for local news. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Jason Koblenz.
One teenager was injured last Sunday afternoon after a Jeep he was riding in overturned in the desert behind Simpkins Park.
A single vehicle rollover occurred yesterday afternoon on the north end of town off of Point and Munsell Streets on the backside of Simpkins Park in the desert area. The black Jeep lay on its roof. Nye County Sheriff's deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue all arrived on scene. It appears that approximately 3 teenagers were inside the vehicle when it rolled over. It is unknown at this point if they were actually seatbelted in the car. However, one of the teenagers did sustain injury, it appears, to his leg. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue did transport that individual to Desert View Hospital. We spoke to Fire Chief Scott Lewis.
Just in a dirt area, just north of Munsell and Point. As you can see, we had one vehicle rollover involving a Jeep. There was no entrapment in this vehicle accident today, and there was several occupants. One is injured, requiring local transport.
Was the person ejected, or do you know at this point?
Uncertain at this point, as all part of the Sheriff's Office investigation.
And you don't know how many occupants at this point either?
I don't have a total count. I just met with the LT. He gave me a quick rundown of the accident and what the objectives are.
And this accident, do you know exactly what direction that they were going at this point?
No, it'd be speculation on my part, as the Sheriff's Office is investigating that very nature.
And once again, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were all on scene, as well as quite a few family members who all arrived to find the Jeep laying on its roof. The other 2 occupants appears to have sustained no injuries in this accident. Nye County Sheriff's is investigating. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
An adult male was apparently stabbed in his elbow by what appears to be his girlfriend at an apartment located off of Bourbon Street.
Nye County Sheriff's deputies, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, and Nye County Sheriff Detective Michael Eisenloffel all arrived to a residence off of Indio Street and Bourbon for an apparent stabbing this afternoon. Upon arrival, they found one black male adult who had apparently been stabbed in the elbow by what they are calling his female partner during a domestic dispute this afternoon. It all occurred around 1:30 in the afternoon right off of Highway 372. Apparently, Nye County Sheriff's deputies are attempting to locate the female suspect at this point. The male victim declined to be transported. However, medics did attend to his wounds on scene. The female took off on foot. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are attempting to locate her. Her name is known at this time, and she will be charged accordingly. She is facing possible charges if and when she is located. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
An accidental shooting occurred at the Front Sight Firearms Training Institute.
Mercier landed on scene at Front Sight's Firearms Training Institute, located off the Tacopa Highway this morning, for one man who apparently shot himself in the leg. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched, as well as Nye County Sheriff's deputies, to the location. Upon arrival, paramedics asked that Mercier land on scene because the man had shot through and through his leg and also struck an artery. He was transported to UMC Trauma Center. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are investigating. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
And one person was transported to Desert View Hospital last week after he was struck by a vehicle on Homestead Road.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies were all dispatched to a location on Hawkins Street last night for a man who had apparently been struck by a vehicle. The man was walking apparently on Homestead Road southbound near Mann Street when he was struck by a black Honda Civic vehicle. The car did not stop. However, the man continued to walk on to his friend's house that lived on Hawkins Way. He told his friend about the accident. He apparently had some head trauma and was blacking out at the time. He was transported locally to a hospital. Nye County Sheriff's deputies are attempting to locate the driver of the black Honda Civic. If you have any information, you're urged to contact the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. This is Deanne O'Donnell for News 46.
2 days of oral arguments were presented to the Supreme Court regarding marriage equality last week. The majority of the justices raised questions in oral arguments about the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, indicating the Supreme Court may strike down a key part of the law that denies legally married same-sex couples the same benefits provided to heterosexual spouses. A ruling is expected within 3 months on the constitutionality of the 1996 law that defines marriage for the federal purposes as only between one man and one woman.
Colorado movie theater shooting suspect James Holmes has offered to plead guilty and spend the rest of his life behind bars in exchange for avoiding the death penalty. Prosecutors have not accepted the offer because they may choose to pursue the death penalty. The prosecutors have said that they will make a decision on whether or not to seek the death penalty against the 25-year-old Holmes at a hearing set for April 1st. Holmes opened fire on July 20th of 2012 in the Aurora Theater, killing 12 people and injuring 58 others.
Well, the Valley Homes giant may not be gone for good. According to the Pahrump Valley Times on Friday, John Shea, the owner of Pahrump Valley Disposal, said the statue is in a container at the Pahrump landfill. Shea still isn't sure what they plan to do with the rare Big Friendly. His official name is Texaco's Big Friendly. Only 300 were made and only 4 are still in existence. One of the 4 being the giant that stood over Highway 160 for years at the property of the owner of Valley Homes until it was removed last year. Many people are interested in having Big Friendly restored, and some are interested in buying the giant. Shea has said that they are considering restoring him. And that's very interesting, isn't it? Because we just talked to John Shea on the phone just a second ago, and he said he was kind of elated a little bit that they have it and that people were interested in it. And he did get dinged up a little bit.
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape, considering. So,
yeah,
you know.
And that he might need some fiberglass work, but they are not sure exactly what ultimately is going to happen to him, but they are going to keep him, and we are going to be going down there to get some shots.